Good evening and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your Hammers headlines, all in association with the guys over at kumb.com. Knees up, Mother Brown, if you are interested in getting involved in some great chats, great information, great West Ham content, then head over to the website and have a good bit of banter with all of our favourite West Ham fans. Of course, sometimes you get some breaking news coming out of there as well as we have heard this week. So make sure you do jump across there and give them a great follow. Of course, hope you're all keeping safe and well. Obviously, the news today coming out of West Ham is we've signed our 6th summer signing in Thilo Kehrer coming from PSG, which is a fantastic signing for us, of course. So make sure that you are keeping an eye on the video that I did earlier on relating to everything you need to know about Thilo Kehrer coming to West Ham, his past, his history, his stats, you name it. Just get yourself involved with that video as well. On top of that, I did do a video on Hans Vanacker and what he could bring to West Ham because, of course, he is linked to us as well. Before we do move on to the first story, though, our good channel sponsors over at Football Prizes have given us a fantastic prize, or good chance to win here. It's 2 hospitality tickets to the West Ham Tottenham Hotspur game, Wednesday, the 31st of August. Of course, it's a 7:45 kickoff. Tickets are £9.95 to enter. So you enter with one ticket at £9.95, and you've got a chance to win 2 hospitality tickets as well, plus one additional chance of landing an instant win prize with every ticket purchased. So make sure you get yourself involved. You're getting entered into 2 competitions. What a fantastic competitions from our good friends over at Football Prizes. Remember, there is only for this competition 65 tickets to be sold, so you are in with a 1 in 65 chance of getting the prize. It's fantastic. Get yourself involved by hitting up their website and the link in the chat in the description below as well. But today's story, of course, is all about the press conference, and we do know that David Moyes, of course, is suspended. Therefore, Billy McKinlay, the man second in command, came in and spoke to the mainstream media in preparation for the game against Viborg tomorrow evening. So I'll get started on the first one, and he was asked about questions about Europe. He says, hopefully we could go one step further this year. Last season was terrific for everybody connected with the club. Unfortunately, we fell a little short at the end, but we want to go on another European adventure this year, and I think it would be fantastic for us fans to see us go on a European adventure. It was great to see it last year, and fingers crossed we can get through the playoffs, get Viborg done, and move into the group stages. And it'll be interesting to see what potential teams we could draw. I've always said the bigger they come, the harder they fall. So yes, I'm looking forward to it. Now, we are in line to see low numbers of fans going to the game tomorrow for a mixture of reasons, which obviously the main one includes the rail strikes. So please make sure you do check your journey before you do head to the London Stadium. Rumours are that there's about 30,000 tickets sold, so it may feel a little bit empty, but hopefully the fans can get the players up for the game tomorrow. Now, listen, with suspensions, we do know that Declan Rice is missing for the game alongside Aaron Creswell as well. And Billy McKinlay did go on and say it's a big blow. It's disappointing, but we'll have to overcome it. And we have a number of players who can come in and do a good job. Creswell is suspended as well, and he normally takes over. So that would be a decision we take closer to the game. And that's in relation to the fact that of course, Declan Rice is our captain and Creswell is our vice captain and potentially Fabianski, but it could be Areola because Areola joins Billy McKinlay today to discuss the press conference. So we'll soon find out about who will be available for the game as the captain. And then he was asked about suspensions. He went on to a little bit more. He said it was an emotional night in Frankfurt and a huge game for everybody. The stakes were high. We're human and we have to make allowances for that. The manager will still be in the stadium tomorrow night and have an influence. Circumstances happen and you just have to deal with it, which it says. And it was a frustrating night, obviously, to go down to Frankfurt. And you could see the passion riling in all the players and, of course, the manager as well. And then he was asked about the league form. He says, not getting any points on the board is disappointing. Not the ideal start in terms of points, but we think the performances are improving. And I do actually think the performance against Nottingham Forest was better. It wasn't ideal because we didn't convert the chances. However, they definitely are. And this is an opportunity now for us to get on momentum, to get a victory over the line, to qualify for the next round if we can. We've got two-legged tie against Viborg, home at first, of course. But it's a great opportunity for us to build some momentum, win this game, win the game against Brighton if we can, because it's a team we've never beaten in the Premier League, and then go into the second leg and try and win that. And then you're on a run, and that's a big, important thing for West Ham as well. Now, Millie McKinley was speaking also about the new signing of Kehrer. He said he has good experience, he is versatile, and he's played at a high level with Germany and PSG, so he'll bring a lot to us, and we're looking forward to working with him. He's played predominantly for the national team at fullback and centre-back for PSG last season, so we feel we really have a good acquisition for the squad. He'll be able to add to us in a number of areas on the park. So, yeah, great signing for me. Really happy. 25, prime of his career, 20 caps for Germany, and he doesn't go missing in that German national camp as well. So he should be on the plane heading to Qatar as long as he stays injury-free. But it's a good acquisition by us. Very versatile player. So keep your comments coming in. Then he was asked about team news, and he says, we'll see how he, as in Kehrer, settles in, get a bit of feedback from him and see how he feels over the next 24 hours. He trained a little bit with us this morning, so I think they're really keen to see whether or not he will get some game time. And I wouldn't even be surprised if he was to get a few minutes, because he has had a pre-season under his belt. But we all know what Moyes does sometimes with his signings. He went on and he spoke about Craig Dawson, who was also missing from the training camp this morning. Craig Dawson still has a bit of a problem with his quad, but will hopefully be back soon. Then he goes on and talks about Gianluca and Maxi Cornet, Gianluca Scamacca and Cornet. He said it was a lack of games. And in Gianluca's case, he was coming to a new country. They're in contention, and you'll just have to watch this space. I think he's settled in very well. He looks like a good technician. He's a powerful boy, good finisher. We've lacked a little bit of that in the past year or so. I think Gianluca can come in and compete with that. He's a short of match fitness. We can expect players to reinvent the wheel when he's only been here 5 minutes. He's getting ready to sample the West Ham way pretty soon. And we think physically he is pushing towards that. Minutes will help, of course. I wouldn't be surprised, if I'm being brutally honest, that you may see a mixture of the two players in terms of Antonio and Scamacca, because they want some game time, and you want your strikers firing on all cylinders. So he may consider playing both of them at some point in that game, not together, differently, and it might just give us a boost if they can maybe get on the score sheet as well. Then McKinley was asked about signings. He says maybe obviously we've lost a couple out on loan, and then 4 at the end of the season. We've had some good acquisitions, but they're never going to give anything away, are they really? They're always going to keep their cards close to their chest, of course, as well. And that was the last of Billy McKinley in that press conference before I move on to what Areola was saying. So usually in the Europa League press conferences, you see a player join the manager. And in this case, it was Areola joining the assistant with Billy McKinley, because Moyes is, of course, suspended. And Areola went on and spoke about Europe. He said, I think we've done something great for the first time with the club. We hope to do even better when you're competing in Europe. You want to do as best as we can. It's a European competition. It's a good competition for everyone to play. It's a European competition. You cannot just leave it on the side. We have to win the games. And this is, coming from a player that probably the fact that he went to the press conference alludes to the fact that he's probably going to start the game, because he was obviously the Europa League goalkeeper last year. Now, we'll talk about what he says a little bit further as we move through the press conference, because he's asked about the number 1 spot, but we will talk about that in a second. But I think we will notice that as we move through the press conference. He was asked about that. He says, you want to play as much as you can. I'm here to give my best help to the team. So any opportunities, and I will be ready. And I do believe he will be ready. And a lot of people are calling for him to be the number 1 goalkeeper. And I think that will transition at some point this season. So we will have to wait and see. But I think either way, get some minutes under your belt. And at this early in the stage of the season, we're not too sure how it's going to pan out. So yeah, I think it will be Areola coming tomorrow. He then speaks about Kehrer, because of course they played together at PSG. He says, I think we've done something great for the first time with the cut-all. Do you know what? I forgot to put that the comments in, so I don't know where that's actually gone, so I must apologize for that. I do have it here. If you bear with me for 2 seconds, I will bring this up for you. I can't believe this is what happens when you do these recordings. Sometimes you do have a couple of mistakes there and everywhere. But he did go on and he did say how they have played together before. And the good thing is he speaks really good English. He can speak different languages. He's extremely clever. And that will really help with that back line, of course, with having Aguerd as a French-speaking, Zuma French-speaking, Areola French-speaking, Zuma French-speaking as well. Areola was asked loads of questions. He said on being number one and with Fabianski, he says, we didn't talk about that. We started like this. When I get the opportunities, I will try to do my best. And what's best for the team, it's the team before anything else. So comments we like to see from Areola. You know, he's there for West Ham, and I don't think he's concerned at all about the situation. He did speak about Kehrer, though. He said he's a good player, good at his feet, good in European competition. He's played with the best players in the world. We went through lots of games together. I think we've played maybe a year and a half together, lots of games. It's always good to have someone you know on the pitch. I've obviously been here since last year and the season. So yeah, that is definitely going to be for interesting reading. Anyway, that brings an end to your press conference for today. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, please make sure you hit the thumbs up. Please make sure you do leave a comment as well. And that is your short, sharp version of the press conference where we think maybe Kehrer may feature for the game against Viborg, but we will wait and see for the game tomorrow. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and come on, you Irons.